What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here with another rebuild here on Madden 25, as we had a tweet the other day that the Green Bay Packers are open to trading Jaire Alexander, which I do think makes sense. He's had some availability issues as of late, and it might be time to move on for them. I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and jump in and do a trading Jaire Alexander Green Bay Packers rebuild. The last corner trade we have to go off of, obviously, is Marshawn Lattimore to the Washington Commanders. So I would expect the trade to be somewhat similar to that, maybe higher value potentially. Let's go ahead, like I said, jump in and do this Jaire Alexander Packers rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me that 85% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall in that 85% and want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated as we're on the road to 10,000 subs. So we have $91 million in cap space, but as usual, we always start with the resigning stage when we're in these rebuilds because we're after the Super Bowl now. Quay Walker's 5th-year option, which I will sign. Eric Stokes, probably will keep him around being 25 years old. We know we're about to trade Jaire Alexander away, so I think keeping Stokes would probably be pretty important. Keep this cornerback depth as much as possible. We're going to have to draft or sign a corner to replace Jaire. So we'll get Eric Stokes back, which is a good start. Deontay White, 5th-year option, I'll accept him. Bell Melton, Isaac McDuffie. So I think the rest of these guys can just hit free agency, and then we'll go explore what's available in free agency. But first and foremost, like I said, we're gonna go do the Jaire Alexander trade. I imagine it's gonna be similar to the Lattimore trade, where the Saints got a 3rd-round pick. Maybe it's something like that and then a plethora of draft picks after that as well. So that is what we're gonna go look at and kind of see if we can get a similar package to what Marshawn Lattimore was traded for. Maybe there's a second instead of a 3rd for Jaire, but we'll see. So I actually cannot trade Jaire yet. I have to wait for one more week to do it because he's still hurt at the moment. But here's what we have currently on offense. So Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs. I think it's a clear discussion that obviously the Packers need a wide receiver 1 this offseason. I assume they'll be in the market for a ton of different options because while they have a couple solid number 2s, number 3s, they don't have that clear-cut number 1 guy. Tucker Kraft is a superstar dev now, which is awesome. And then O-line is pretty solid. Could, obviously upgrade guard spot, although Morgan, I don't know how old Morgan is, but 24 years old. So we pretty much only need a center, if anything. And on the defense side of the football, this is where we need to really look because obviously this is we're going to be losing Jaire. But this is what our cornerback room looks like without Jaire at the moment. And then Cooper, Quay Walker. So a lot to like. And then McKinney obviously was fantastic for the Packers. He was like averaging 1 interception a game at one point. But let's go ahead, jump into free agency, and let's see what we can land through free agency before we trade Jaire Alexander away. So I've made 3 offers in free agency so far, and here's what we're offering on. So we're going for Asante Samuel, obviously, to replace Jaire Alexander once he's traded away. Ryan Kelly to be that starting center, and then Jonathan Cooper to be another starting linebacker for us, although we may not get him because the Lions are in on him as well. We'll try to make one more offer, but I would love to add him. He's only 27 years old, and we'd have 2 Coopers on our linebacker core. So let's see if he changes his mind. And now we're not even in the discussion. Did I not offer the contract? What happened? So player friendly, make the offer. Okay, I don't know what happened. Maybe I didn't make the offer. I don't know. But we're number 2, so we'll see if he signs it. It doesn't look like he might just go to Detroit instead. And no, we get him. So Jonathan Cooper does sign with the Green Bay Packers, so that is awesome. And I think that's all we're gonna do in free agency. There was a good wide receiver, which the best one was Amari Cooper. I also would have obviously gotten Amari Cooper on this team as well, or I would have gone after wide receiver, I should say, in free agency had there been a better wide receiver option, but there just really wasn't. So now defensively, you have Cooper, and then we have Asante Samuel once he's healthy, so that should help out our cornerback room. And now we can move on to trading Jaire Alexander, and we'll do the rest through the draft. And then we might look into trading for a wide receiver as well, especially with some of the assets we may get. Or we want to get even more creative. What we could do, instead of just settling on what Lattimore was traded for, we could find a way to maybe trade Jaire for a wide receiver. That could be interesting as well, but we'll see what we can cook up. So we are just going to go with the Marshawn Lattimore idea, where this is kind of what he was traded for. Instead of a 5th, it was a 6th though, and then there was like a 5th going back to Washington. So we're just kind of doing something similar to that, but a 3rd and a 4th was sent to the Saints. So that's what we're doing for the Green Bay Packers. 3rd and a 4th for Jaire Alexander from the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that is what we're going to go with, and that is what we'll roll with. So just like that, we have Jaire Alexander traded away. And I know, guys, I'm very aware that I could get a 1st or 2 firsts from a team. That is not what happens in real life. I get comments like that all the time that, oh my gosh, you could have traded him for a 1st and a 2nd. But I try to base my stuff more on realism. And if you know me, that's why I do that. Like, yes, I know I could fleece the system and get a first and a second. And some people may have other opinions that Jaire Alexander will go for a first. I personally don't think so. I think the availability issues will hurt him in the long run, but I guess we'll find out. I'm willing to be wrong if I end up being wrong. I'm not going to die on the hill, but we do need to draft a wide receiver for sure or trade for one, but cornerback room looks, depleted a little bit with Jaire gone, but we have Asante Samuel to replace him. We have Keyshawn Nix, but we're going to have to see what we can get with our first round pick. I don't want to trade our first rounder. I know that for sure, so probably going to have to just draft a wide receiver in round 1. But Jaire Alexander has officially been traded away. We'll see what we can get in the draft to add on top of everything else we've done so far. So let's jump straight in here. Steelers have Jaire now in their secondary. We get to pick at 23. So let's see what falls to us. So if like Luther Burden is somehow available, I think we might have to smash that selection. But let's see. So he might actually be, or no, he went number 11 to the 49ers. So Deebo Samuel obviously is available. But he just is, his overall isn't, just doesn't do it for me at this point. But Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame, I don't mind the idea of drafting another corner, obviously, because we could use one. So I think I am going to go with Benjamin Morrison here. Speed is great, but we know we need cornerback depth in replacement. So we're going to take our corner round 1. We signed Asante Samuel, but it does not matter. We're going to draft another one as well to add to this room. So hopefully Benjamin Morrison become anything close to what Jaire Alexander was for us. And now for round 2. And obviously we'll have an extra round 3 in this draft too, so that should help it a ton. But round 2, wide receivers probably where we need to be, focused on if we're able to. But if we don't see anything we like here, I think I am going to make a trade for a wide receiver. So, so far I'm not seeing anything that I love here. So let's see what wide receivers are still available to be drafted. So we have Stanford, we have Restrepo, we have Jordan Beck. So we could take the Stanford guy, Ellick, B deep route, B release, A catch in traffic. But speed is great. Do I take Ellick or do I trade for a wide receiver is the question. Man, this is tough, but I do think trading for a wide receiver could be, if we don't find anything we like, I think I'll just take Ellick here in round 2. But I'm going to try trading for a wide receiver first, and I'll show you if we find something that we like. If not, I'll just draft Ellick here. In round 2, we are just going to select a physical wide receiver out of Stanford. So welcome Ellick. I don't even know how to say his last name, but he will be the second round pick, hopefully to become our cornerback wide receiver 1 of the future. We'll see how that works out. But I mean, he looks pretty good, and we'll see if he can end up being someone who pays off in the long run. So now we have 85 and 87. So let's see what we can get with these 2 third-rounders, and this should help out a ton to add even more talent to this team. So we have Ollie Gordon, Cornelius, Jason Marshall, Leonard Barton, Brenning Stool, Hunter Waller, DeMonte Capehart, Kobe King, Ernest Green, Luke Lachey. I don't love a lot of these options on the board. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really want to draft another corner. I think we're good on that. So we could take Ollie Gordon, but I don't really know if that really does anything for us because we do have, some running backs already. We could take the Oregon right tackle, just have some O-line depth for the future, I guess. So yeah, we'll start with that, and then we'll see if we can get at 87. So hidden dev, but he'll just be depth if we ever need to, go forward with different offensive lines. So I guess that's a fine pick, but I didn't really love what the board was looking like, and we'll see what we can get here in round 3. So Ollie Gordon, Jason Marshall, Leonard Barton, Jake Brenningstool. And at this point, I might just roll with Leonard Barton because I don't love a lot of the options here. So I'm going to take another linebacker. He'll be depth as well. So welcome to Green Bay, Leonard Barton, speed being great. And I'm going to let the assistant GM take care of the rest because I don't love the draft board anymore. But we got our corner and we got our wide receiver. So that was nice. Hopefully they can both make an impact right away because we're obviously looking to get back in the playoffs immediately. So taking a look at the lineup for year number 1, Jordan Love, of course, still under center with Josh Jacobs. They did take us a running back. We have Jaden Reed, Romeo Dubs, Dontavian Wicks, and Ellick here. Kraft, Zach Tom, Morgan, Kelly, Elton Jenkins, Walker, and Cornelius. Defensively, we have Quay Walker, Leonard Barton, Elgin Cooper, I already forgot his name, but Cooper, the other Cooper, and then Javon Bullard, Asante Samuel Stokes, Benjamin Morrison, who absolutely needs to be in the depth chart, so he'll be cornerback 2, which looks good. And then let's take a look at the offense. So hopefully Ellick is going to be the slot wide receiver because I prefer if he was. So they want to get it to Dontavian Wicks, but I'm going to give it to Ellick. And usually guys excel in the slot on Madden, so I assume that Ellick will go off in that role. But we'll see how year number 1 goes. Hopefully we have our wide receiver of the future to go off and be our wide receiver 1. And hopefully Benjamin Morrison steps up big time as well. So let's simulate year number 1, and let's see how this team finishes out. So at the end of year number 1, I was a little surprised by the record, but we finished under 500 at 8-9. Usually the Packers have no problem making the playoffs in Madden, so that was kind of my expectation, and boy was I wrong. So that is a little disappointing, but let's take a look at the stats. So offensively, we are 14th in the NFL, which is good. Top 15 offense, we'll take that. Defensively, not so great. So 29-21, so a little too many interceptions, but Josh Jacobs with 16 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Jaden Reed, and then Alec, wow. So they gave the role to, well, no, we just didn't even use our slot wide receiver. Yeah, no, not at all. So I guess Dubs, oh, Christian Watson got healthy. That's what it was. So we didn't even use Alec at all. So Christian Watson came in and took over, which I have the depth chart auto because of the glitch. I don't even know if it still exists, but you weren't able to like generate best lineup if you don't have it on auto, so that's annoying. But six interceptions from McKinney, which of course is what he's been doing. Yeah, a little disappointed by in year 1 we didn't even really get to see what we had with Alec being a main role guy, but unfortunately that's just how it went. So all good though. So we have $30 million in cash space, and we're probably gonna let, well, let's see. So let's see if anybody's overall changed at all. So I mean, he's up to 77 overall right away, which is good. And then we're going to have to see who's all a free agent, of course. And defensively, things still look good over here. Benjamin Morrison's up to an 82. Samuel, 85. So let's go to the resigning stage and see. Or I guess I passed the resigning stage. I'm an idiot. So we literally just jumped right past the resigning stage. I don't even know who's a free agent. But it doesn't look like I lost anybody too important. We still have Reed, Alec, and then Christian Watson, I think, was a free agent, which I'm fine with letting him go anyway. Looks like Zach Tom was a free agent. So yeah, I just skipped right past re-signing stage. So that's kind of annoying. But it looks like everyone pretty much is under contract. So that's good. We didn't really lose anybody other than potentially Zach Tom, who is the only one. Now, I will say we don't have much cap space to begin with. So it's not like we're going to do anything crazy here. But let's see who's a free agent. So Zach Tom's the best one. Ron Bland, we probably don't need to get a corner. Jamison Williams would be interested in bringing in. But we could rock with what we have, I guess. But I don't know. It just all kind of depends. But Bernard's a free agent. Zion McCollum's, yeah, wide receivers, like there's Jamison Williams, and then Dubs is a free agent too. Dubs and Watson are both free agents, but I'm fine with letting both of them walk, honestly, rocking with what we have. So I'm just gonna go try to re-sign Zach Tom. We did draft a tackle if we can't get him back, but we're his second offer, so we'll see. And he does not sign back with us. You know what? Cornelius is gonna have the opportunity to step up, I guess. So we're gonna sign nobody in free agency and just rock with what we have. So that is what the game plan will be this offseason. So we lose Watson, Dubs, but that allows Alex to step up, and then Romeo Dubs, or sorry, Dontavian Wicks is still here, and then Jaden Reed's still here. So got to make sure I don't skip the resigning stage next time. But $30 million in cash space, and obviously no extra draft picks here. That was in the last draft. But what we truly need, although, like I said, Cornelius will step up. Or I guess we lost our other tackle as well. So Cornelius is already starting. We need a draft to tackle. So that's unfortunate. But so tackle is the only thing we really need on offense. And you could debate another wide receiver too. Don't get me wrong. And then a free safety. I wouldn't mind maybe taking a free safety in this draft. If like Caleb Downs falls to me like he does sometimes, I mean, you got to jump on that. So one thing that's good is we'll have an extra draft pick or a decent pick here. So picking 16 actually isn't that great, but I guess it's better than 23. So Downs will not fall to us, but this is probably where we're going to have to take a right tackle to replace Zach Tom. Parker's still on the board, but I think we absolutely have to take a tackle if there's one still available. So there's Trey or Tree Bubble. I don't know his name, but probably who we have to take in round 1. A, impact block, A, pass block, B, run block. Speed is marginal, but I don't need our tackle to be that fast. So just like that, 94 in true value. He is hidden dev, so what a bad pick at 16, but he'll still start immediately regardless. If Francis could have fallen to me, that would have been awesome, but he didn't. So round 2, let's see what we have here. So we've only gotten a tackle so far. So we have some linebackers. We have another wide receiver option. I did say another safety option would be intriguing. So let's see if there's a good free safety still available for us. So there's Isaac Smith and Keon Sabb. So do we like either of them? Isaac Smith, B hit power, B tackle, B zone. Speed is great. I'm going to go ahead and take Isaac Smith here. So Isaac Smith, welcome to the Green Bay Packers. Number 40 in true value. Got him at 48. So pretty solid. I'll take that for sure. And then for round 3, let's go see what's available in round 3. Round 3, we have, let's see, round 3, pick 16. Last pick for this draft, and then we'll rock with whatever else we get. So I think I'm going to start. I think I'm going to take Eno and Netta as depth here. on the edge. So welcome to Green Bay Eno, and that will be our draft. So 90 true value, another hidden dev player. So welcome all to the Packers. This offseason wasn't great at all. I will admit, was not a fantastic offseason. Nothing to be happy about. But we're just kind of hoping to get into year 2, and things will be much better than last year, because I feel like it was a little fluky, because Green Bay usually makes the playoffs in Madden with no issues. So let's go take a look at the lineup for year number 2. And I will tell you, we might stop at the midseason point and we might make a trade for wide receiver 1. So it looks like, even though it seemed like a bad pick, he's a 73 overall, so we'll take that. But yeah, I've been hinting at getting a wide receiver 1 whole video, and I have not gotten it yet. I'm excited to see what Alec can be in a bigger role. He unfortunately got kind of screwed out of a big role in year 1. I forgot about Christian Watson getting healthy. And then defensively, we have Isaac Smith, who's actually not bad right away. And then Ineta is pretty solid. So yeah, looks really good in my opinion, which I'm very happy about. So I'm also going to change the schemes on both things to see if this would get better, because I'm hoping we're good at the deadline and I could trade for a wide receiver and I'd be justified by doing it. So we're going to rock with a 4-6. I will stop at the midseason point, hopefully. And when we're good, which I assume we will be this year, we can trade for that wide receiver 1 and make it happen. So we're not as good as I would want to be at this deadline, but we're 3-3 right now, and I'm looking to get that wide receiver 1, and DK Metcalf kind of fits that prototype. So we're going to see if we can get DK for just a second, and no, that's not going to be even close. So probably if we trade them our first rounder, it would go through, but let's try a second, third, and a fourth and see if that does anything for them. No, so I think we're going to have to offer this first round pick, which I'm fine with. As long as we make the playoffs, I don't care, because DK Metcalf is what we kind of need right now. So first round pick for DK, and they do agree. So it is risky business that we're doing right now, but I will tell you, if it pays off, it'll pay off swimmingly. But if it doesn't, and we just gave up a really good pick for DK Metcalf, which isn't like a horrible thing to think about, but obviously we've been looking for this the whole time, and we finally got it with DK Metcalf coming over to the offense. So Jordan Love has legit weapon at wide receiver 1, which is awesome. And then I do want to put Alec in that slot wide receiver role, not Brashad Smith, my apologies, but I'm going to put Alec in that slot wide receiver role, and we should be in business for potentially having a dynamic offense for the rest of the season. So we'll see how it goes, but hopefully this team finishes out well. 3-3 on the season right now, so I really need this team to wake up and be really good with DK coming in. We'll see though. At the end of the season, we did make the playoffs at 12-5. So after going 3-3 to start the season, it looks like we only lost 2 more games for the rest of the season. So that is fantastic. We get to play the Eagles, which is the last team the Packers played in the playoffs in real life. Josh Jacobs is really good, so let's take a look at our offense. So offensively, 30 NFL. At the deadline, we were 19th in the NFL, so this really woke up our offense. I think DK really just helped everybody out. 42 and 8 from Jordan Love, so less interceptions and way more touchdowns as well. Josh Jacobs, as we saw, 17 touchdowns, 1,500 yards. DK Metcalf was incredible. All 3 of our wide receivers were 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdowns. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And sacks-wise, we had 7 from Luke Van Ness, 4 from Rashad and Gary, 2.5 from Deontay Wyatt, 2 from Quay Walker, and 2 from Kenny Clark. 5 receptions from Samuel, 3 from Edgerrin Cooper. I think I called him Elgin Cooper earlier. Edgerrin Cooper, my apologies. Morrison and McKinney, Quay Walker, and Isaac Smith. So let's go ahead and jump in and see if we can't dominate with our offense, because that's going to be the key to winning these games. Our defense was not that great, but offense was incredible. So let's see if that carries us through. All right, Jordan Love versus Jalen Hurts for the second time. Obviously, we missed playoffs last year, but this time we're at Lambeau instead of being at the Link, and we go up 6-0 and miss the extra point. But they kick a field goal, and now we score another touchdown. So our offense is moving at will, which is good. But our defense is going to give up scores too, so we got to make sure we lock in on offense. But this might result in the Eagles running away with this, and it looks like they will. So they're going to beat us 31-13. So unfortunately, another loss to Philadelphia in the playoffs, which sucks because I was really hoping that this could be a deep playoff run, but it was not. So, of course, it is back to the drawing board. Let's get into the third offseason. We won't skip the resigning stage this time, as we're actually locked in this time. But $94 million in cap space, so let's see if we can't make something happen here. So Tucker Kraft for sure is a guy I want to bring back, so we'll start with that. So that's good. Jaden Reed, somebody I do want to bring back too. He's also up to superstar dev. I mean, our wide receivers did extremely well last year, so I would love to just keep the core together. Offense was great, so keeping the offense together is my hope. So looks like a lot of our money is going to be going towards re-signs, but that is fine. The team was good. Defensively, we need to get better, but we'll figure that out. Deontay Wyatt shouldn't cost too much to bring back, and he's going to test free agency. Okay, so never mind on that. Luke Finesse, Elton Jenkins. So we did draft an end, so technically we could have someone else step up here, but I would keep Luke Finesse if possible. And then last but not least, Elton Jenkins. We can let the rest of these guys walk after that. So I'm just going to resign Elton Jenkins, and we'll rock with this if we can bring him back. Just keep our O-line intact, so I don't have to worry about O-line at all, and he will be back. Okay, so good. Now that leaves us with $20 million in cap space. Wicks is a free agent, which I'm fine with leaving him or letting him go. He can go blossom somewhere else, and then we can go take a look at our lineup for this free agency before we get started in that. So $20 million in cap space, 20.2 to be exact. We only have one roster spot. Obviously, we'll have the draft as well. Ryan Kelly did retire on us, so we do need a center. But DK Metcalf, Jaden Reed are both superstar devs, which is awesome. Josh Jacobs went to the superstar X Factor, and then Jordan Love just got superstar as well, which is awesome. O-line looks pretty solid, and then, yeah, so I'm looking good. Only thing on offense is really a center. I mean, technically, we can move his guard to center if we wanted to, or whatever he is, but we'll see if we can just find a center. Isaac Smith, wow, what a pick. Ended up being superstar dev, and Sante Samuel has been great, and Benjamin Morrison's developed extremely well, too. So, all really good. So, the main position of need right now is D-tackle on this roster. That's the main position. It's a big glaring hole right now. So, we'll probably go try to trade for D-tackle and then a center. So, those are the two positions that we need, really. So, let's see if we can't get one of those at least in free agency, if that exists. It would be crazy to get Kyle Hamilton, but there is a center that I said we need. And one of the best ones is sitting out here in Tyler Linderbaum. Now, he has no interest in coming here. I don't know if we'll get him, but damn, there's some good players here. Now, Kyle Hamilton and Xavier McKinney as a safety duo would be wild, but we don't need to go that direction. We drafted really well there. All right, so let's look at D-tackle. Let's see if there's a good one here. I don't know if there would be. There's Warden and Deontay Wyatt, so I guess they're solid ones, but nobody to write home about. So obviously, I think we got to make the offer on Linderbaum. I don't know if we'll get him, but we're going to try anyway because he would fit the glaring hole on our offense right now. So let's see if Linderbaum likes us. So we're second offer. Let's see. And he's considering it, but now the Raiders have come in even hotter. So I guess we can max out our offer as much as possible and see if we can't get him to sign. So we'll go up to like this, something like this, something crazy like this. This is the most I would offer, and we're not even close. So Linderbaum will not be got, unfortunately. So let's go see what centers are here. Other Linderbaum. So we have Joe Tippmann, which is not bad. 26 years old. He'd be a solid starter if we can get him to sign. So let's see if he'll sign that. I'd be very happy with that. And fourth offer. There's also, I guess we could just go down the board and just guarantee ourselves this guy. At least he'll be a starter right away. Go offer that then. And then he should sign that. So, all right. So we get, I don't know how to say his first name, but Frohold, welcome to Green Bay. Now we have $10 million in cash space left. And honestly, at this point, we're trying to go win a Super Bowl. I say screw them draft picks or F them draft picks like the Rams GM did once upon a time. And I'm going to go trade for D-tackle. Let's just go all in. So Jervin Dexter, Warden, we have Ed Oliver, who we could maybe steal. Nope, that we don't have enough money for that. Deontay Wyatt, who's on the Broncos. Vita Vea, probably way too much money for us. Kenneth Grant, Bar Alexander, Chris Jones. Yeah, that's way out of our price range. Buckner could be interesting. He's an 81, so I don't know if I want to go with that. Jonathan Allen is subject to trade rumors right now in real life, but he's gotten older, and I don't think he'd be worth it. So Walter Nolan, Tyleik Williams, Dexter Lawrence, and then Derek Harmon. Is there anybody we like? Darnell Jackson, Quentin Williams, Liam McNeil, Corleone. Looking, let's see. TJ Sanders, Dwayne Carter, Mason Graham, and then Byron Murphy. Let's see if we can't make a trip to Seattle again. Can they give us Byron Murphy? And I'll give you my second. So let's say I do my third instead. So third round pick for Byron Murphy. No. What about my second? Would they do it for Byron Murphy? I think they would. I bet. And they're close. Okay. Let's offer our fourth next year. And let's see if that gets it done. This for Byron Murphy. Close. We'll offer a sixth as well in this draft. And that should be all it. And Byron Murphy will be a Green Bay Packer. So I'm just going to get straight into next season. We don't have a first and we don't have a third or a second now. So let's just simply skip past the draft. Let the AI take care of that. We'll take a look at the lineup for year 3 as the expectation will be to go win a damn Super Bowl for year 3. So 87 overall as we get to open up the season on Sunday Night Football against the Baltimore Ravens, but 88 offense, 87 defense. So a lot to be happy about here. So let's see if it pays off. So we got Jordan Love. All this pretty much looks the same in offense other than, you know, we signed a center in free agency. Defensively, we added Byron Murphy with Kenny Clark. We have Morrison and Samuel, Isaac Smith. So this all looks extremely well, and hopefully it pays off that way. So I will see you guys at the end of year 3. The expectation is winning a Super Bowl this year, So we'll see if that is the way it works out for us. So just like last year, we finished up the season at 12-5 and are a wild card team again. Actually, I guess we won our division last year. This year we did not. So we hosted a playoff game last year. This time we will not. Josh Jacobs continues to be extremely good. Ashton Jeanty went to Chicago, but 23 touchdowns from Josh Jacobs and 1,400 yards. What a damn season out of Josh Jacobs. But offensively, 9th in the NFL. Expectation would be that with Josh Jacobs going off the way he did. Defensively, 22nd. So 35-11 from Jordan Love. Josh Jacobs, 23 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. 1,000 from DK, 900 from Ellick, and then 900 from Jaden Reed. Defensively, sacks-wise, 12 from Byron Murphy, so he made an impact immediately. 7 from Rashawn Gary, 6 from Kenny Clark, and 3 from Luke Vaness. 5 receptions from Samuel, 4 from Benjamin Morrison, 2 from Adrian Cooper, 2 from McKinney, 1 from Walker, 1 from Jonathan Cooper, and 1 from Isaac Smith. All right, let's jump in and play the Saints in round 1, and hopefully we can knock them off on our way to hopefully get into the Super Bowl this year, as it looks like Garrett Nussmeier out of LSU is starting for the Saints, so that's pretty cool. So we lost in wildcard weekend last year at home. This time we find ourselves on the road playing the Saints. So let's see how this is going to start. Defense gets a stop, and we will go up 7-0, but they tie immediately after that. And we get the ball back after fumble recovery, and we do nothing with it. We threw an interception, and now they'll be up 7-10. Can we score out of the half? Yes. And we get a stop on defense. Can we score again? 21-10. That looks good. I mean, 21-18. So we need another touchdown to put the game away. And instead, we'll just hold on to the ball the whole time. So just like that, we're going to win wildcard weekend and head to the divisional to see who will be there. But a great start to these playoffs. 21-18 victory, beating the Saints. And let's go see who we get to play divisional weekend. And now we get a battle of two franchises that find themselves very familiar with each other in the postseason, and that is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. So, obviously, Green Bay, San Francisco have had a lot of battles in the past, and let's see what this one will hold. So, let's see. We start off with the football, and we will go out starting 7-0. Defense stops him. Can we go up 14-0? Yes, we can. Offense cannot be stopped so far. We're up 17-0 through possession game. They kick a field goal. Don't let them back in it now. Okay, they might get back in the game if we don't score here, but we will just hang on to the ball again. So we've been kings of just burning the fourth quarter when there's plenty of time, but it is another win for us, 17-10. So let's go see who's awaiting us in the NFC Championship. If I had to guess, we might be seeing some birds here soon, that being the Eagles. Hopefully third time's a charm on beating them because they've beaten us the last 2 times in the playoffs. So I was actually really hoping it was going to be the Philadelphia Eagles to get a third rematch, I should say. And now we get to play the Detroit Lions instead, which is our divisional opponent. So, you know, it's still interesting. But let's see if we can't start off hot here as we'll go up 7-0 and defense gets a stop. Can we go up 14 and nope, 10. That's still a 2-possession game. We'll take that. 3 possession? Nope. And Detroit's going to get back in it with a touchdown. So it's a 1-possession game again. Still a 1-possession game. Can we score to put this one away or just drain the clock? And we do exactly what we've done lately, man. We have not allowed a team back on the field in the fourth quarter, it feels like. So a 13-7 win. They've all been pretty low scoring and ugly, but you know what? A win is a win. And now we find ourselves at the Super Bowl. So let's go see who is awaiting us there. It'll be the Ravens again. We played them week 1, so we'll see. And now for the Super Bowl, we get a team that I don't often see here, but I think I've seen them here before, and that is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. I do wonder who's starting at quarterback for them, if it's still Anthony Richardson or someone else. I wonder if it'll tell me here in just a second. I think we get, yeah, so it is Richardson. So Anthony Richardson is still the quarterback for the Colts, and they're in the Super Bowl. So we start with the football here. Can we go off? And no, it's going to be a 7-0 lead for them. Thankfully, okay. Colts are not stopping, or they're not scared of our defense so far. So it's 10-14 with 8 seconds left. I'm going to see if I can't come out here and steal a touchdown really quick. I mean, it's going to be really hard to do, but I'm going to see if I can't steal the lead before half. It'd be awesome if we found a way to do that right now. There's only 8 seconds left, so I need like a 1-play miracle touchdown. But I'm going to still take a shot. Why not, right? Might as well. DK Metcalf, if you want to try to moss this guy and then break a tackle, we actually have a time. Oh, we have no time on the clock. I was about to say, but he caught it. And unfortunately, if there was enough time, that would have been awesome. But yeah, there's no need to boast, bro. We're not doing anything off that catch. We are screwed there. So unfortunately, we are down 14-10 at half here in the Super Bowl. And they start off with the football. So let's see, our defense gets a stop. They do. Thankfully, a fumble recovery, which is good. Can we go score? We do. They score immediately after that, but we do too. 24-21, an interception from Adrian Cooper. And, oh my gosh, they're going to have the ball with... Okay, we got to jump in and see if we can't stop them on defense because This is getting dangerous. All right, so it's a 24-21 lead. If they take the lead with no time remaining, we'd be in trouble. So let's see if we can't stop the Colts from doing that. And that's, oh my goodness, Byron Murphy. Walk-off touchdown. No, I get blocked. Oh my gosh, let's go. Wow, what a fumble recovery from our defense. That was a beautiful play. They deserve all the boasting in the world there. All we're going to do is hang on to the football now. But Anthony Richardson fumbles at the worst time imaginable. Are they going to call him down? I don't know. There's a chance they call that back. No, they won't. Okay. So all I got to do is either run the ball to the end zone for a touchdown and put this game away, or just obviously drain the clock. So not a great read by me, but honestly, that linebacker was ready to meet me in the middle regardless. So what we don't want to do is give them the ball back, though, because they still technically have a chance to win the game. So we might have to get aggressive here if this play doesn't work out. But good blocks. Just trying to give it to Josh Jacobs. So minute 20 on the clock. 3rd and 7. So I think what we do is we play action them and see if we can't get them with the boot. If we can't get a first down or a touchdown to DK. So let's see if this catches them off guard or not. Are they ready for the run play? You know what? We're just going to run this up the middle with Jordan Love. Don't fumble. Jordan Love is going to get a first down, but that is going to be all she wrote. 1st and goal. Would have loved to have punched that in the end zone. But I'm going to score a touchdown here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care about kneeling this out. I know technically we just automatically win by just, but we're going to feed this to Josh Jacobs. Go up 31-21, and now we can just super send the rest because that is going to be all she wrote. They score, but it does not matter. We're going to win the Super Bowl. What a play by our defense. I think, honestly, it was me using Edgerrin Cooper and covering that crosser route because that is exactly what Richardson was looking for. And because it wasn't open, he couldn't throw it. And our defense makes a fumble or a forced fumble. So that was awesome. And it was a great way to end this one off. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all in the next one. Please have a great weekend. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.